Good morning, students. In halogen derivatives, today we are going to study the action of active metals on the halogen derivatives. Now, active metals means the metals which are highly reactive. You know that the alkali metals, that is the metals of first group, and the alkaline earth metals means the metals of second group are highly reactive. So, among the reactive metals, there is sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, cadmium also. These are the active metals, and the action of these active metals on the halogen derivatives on the alkyl halides give various types of compounds. These active metals react with the alkyl halides like alkyl chlorides, alkyl bromides, and alkyl iodides. Action of these metals on these alkyl halides give various types of compounds. In some compounds, there is formation of carbon metal bond. Some of the compounds are formed here which contain the carbon metal bond. There is a direct linkage between the carbon atom and the metal atom. And such type of compounds are called the organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds. So organometallic compounds are defined as the compounds in which there is a direct bond formation between the carbon atom and the metal atom. Such compounds are called the organometallic compounds, and there is a special branch of chemistry, organometallic chemistry, in which we study these organometallic compounds. So first here we are going to study the action of magnesium metal on the alkyl halides, on the halogen derivatives. Number 1, action of magnesium metal. Magnesium is also a very reactive metal. When magnesium metal reacts with the alkyl halides, Rx is the general formula of alkyl halide, and this is the magnesium metal. The reaction is carried out in dry ether. Here dry ether is a solvent. In this solvent, the alkyl halide and magnesium both are mixed together and reacted. So there is a formation of RMgX. RMgX means magnesium metal get inserted between this alkyl group and the halogen, and there is a formation of RMgX, and this RMgX is a compound which is known as the organometallic compound. Organometallic compound. In this compound you can see that there is a direct bonding between the carbon. R means alkyl group which contain the carbon. Carbon magnesium bond is there, and therefore it is the organometallic compound. Particularly it is known as the organomagnesium compound. Organomagnesium compound, because here the metal is magnesium. Organomagnesium compound is formed. Example, when ethyl bromide is reacted with the magnesium metal in a solvent such as dry ether. Care should be taken that the solvent is dry ether, absolutely dry. Now dry ether means the ether which is free from moisture, moisture-free ether. Ether is a solvent, liquid. It should be completely dry. The ether should be completely dry means it should be absolutely moisture-free. So this reaction should be carried out in dry ether. So there is a formation of C2H5MgBr. This is the organomagnesium compound, and these organomagnesium compounds are also known as the Grignard reagents. Organomagnesium compounds are known as Grignard reagent. Therefore, the Grignard reagent is defined as a organometallic compound or organomagnesium compound. It is the organomagnesium compound. Organomagnesium compound. organomagnesium compound in which an alkyl group and a halogen are attached to the magnesium metal. In which an alkyl group, alkyl or aryl, it may be aryl group also, alkyl group or aryl group and magnesium metal, halogen atom and halogen are attached to magnesium metal. Grignard reagent is defined as the organomagnesium compound in which an alkyl group or aryl group and a halogen atom are attached to the magnesium metal. Here you can see that this is the magnesium, and to this magnesium a halogen is attached from one side and the alkyl group is attached from the other side. So such type of compounds are called the Grignard reagents. Organomagnesium compounds are called the Grignard reagent. So in a simple manner also we can define the Grignard reagent as the alkyl magnesium halides. There is a simple definition of Grignard reagent, the alkyl magnesium halides are known as the Grignard reagent. The general formula of the Grignard reagent is RMGX. RMGX is the general formula of the Grignard reagent. Means Grignard reagent is a organomagnesium compound in which a alkyl group or aryl group is attached to the magnesium from one side and the halogen is attached from the other side. So such type of compound is known as the Grignard reagent. This is the Grignard reagent. The name of this Grignard reagent will be ethyl magnesium bromide. Ethyl magnesium bromide. This is the Grignard reagent. Now the Grignard reagents are highly reactive compounds. They are very reactive compounds. They are very unstable compounds and therefore they react immediately with the compounds like water or the compound in which hydrogen is attached to the electronegative atom. Grignard reagent, here C2H5MgBr is a Grignard reagent. It reacts with water or it may react with the other compounds in which hydrogen is attached to the more electronegative atom, such as alcohol. ROH is alcohol. It may react with ammonia also, NH3. Ammonia. So these are the compounds in which hydrogen is attached to the more electronegative atom. In these compounds, hydrogen is attached. This hydrogen atom is attached to the more electronegative atom. Here nitrogen is the more electronegative atom. Here oxygen is the more electronegative atom. In water also, hydrogen is attached to the more electronegative atom, oxygen. So when the Grignard reagent is reacted with such type of compound, then there is a decomposition of the Grignard reagent. The Grignard reagent get decomposed in this way. It undergo breakdown and there is a formation of corresponding hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon is formed. C2H5 plus H, that is the C2H6. Here C2H5 plus H, C2H6. Here also C2H6. So formation of hydrocarbon occur there. This hydrocarbon, this alkyl group or aryl group, that is the hydrocarbon part, get converted to the hydrocarbon. Plus the byproduct is here Mg, Br and OH. Here the byproduct will be Mg, Br, OR. And here the byproduct will be Mg, Br, NH2. This NH2 group get attached to magnesium. So in this way, in all of these reactions, the Grignard reagent undergo decomposition to give the corresponding hydrocarbon. Here the Grignard reagent is converted to ethane. Here also it is converted to ethane. So this Grignard reagent is a highly unstable compound. It is highly reactive compound, and therefore whenever it is reacted with water or any such type of compound in which hydrogen is attached to the more electronegative atom, then immediately that Grignard reagent undergo decomposition to give the corresponding hydrocarbon. Now here, this Grignard reagent, the name of this organomagnesium compound is Grignard reagent. It is named as Grignard reagent because it was prepared by Victor Grignard. Victor Grignard. Victor Grignard is the name of scientist who prepared the Grignard reagent, and therefore he was awarded by Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize in 1912. Victor Grignard was awarded by Nobel Prize in 1912 for the preparation of such an important compound. It is a very important compound in organic chemistry. Grignard reagent is a very important compound in organic chemistry, and for the preparation of such an important compound, the scientist Victor Grignard was awarded by the Nobel Prize in 1912. Then this Grignard reagent, general formula is RMgX. It is a polar compound. The carbon metal bond, carbon magnesium bond here, carbon magnesium bond. This carbon magnesium bond is highly polar covalent bond, and here the shared electron pair between carbon and magnesium get transferred toward the carbon atom, and therefore this carbon atom in Grignard reagent carries the partial negative charge, while the magnesium carries the partial positive charge. Because of greater electronegativity of carbon than magnesium, the shared electron pair gets shifted or transferred toward the carbon, and therefore carbon has a partial negative charge while magnesium has a partial positive charge, and therefore this carbon with the partial negative charge get converted to the nucleophile. When there is a cleavage of this bond, when there is a breakdown of this bond, heterolytic fission of the bond occur there, and this alkyl group or this hydrocarbon group get converted to the nucleophile. There is a formation of nucleophile. Nucleophile is formed here. So this carbon magnesium bond is highly polar covalent bond, and because of the polar covalent bond, it breaks immediately to produce the nucleophile, and therefore the Grignard reagent are highly reactive compounds. Then next reaction is the Wurtz reaction. Second, Wurtz reaction. Now when alkyl halides are reacted with magnesium metal in dry ether, this is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide is reacted with sodium metal, not magnesium metal, in dry ether. Then there is a formation of higher alkene. Higher alkene is formed. This is the higher alkene. These two alkyl groups combine with each other. The alkyl groups from the alkyl halide, these are the two moles of alkyl halide, and these two alkyl groups combine with each other to form the compound which is known as the higher alkane. And the halogen atoms combine with the sodium metal to form the sodium halide. Higher alkane is formed. This alkane is said to be the higher alkane because this alkane contain the number of carbon atoms double of the number of carbon atoms in the alkyl halide. If the alkyl halide has 2 carbon atoms, then the higher alkane will contain the 4 carbon atoms, and therefore the alkane which is obtained here is known as the higher alkane. So this reaction is known as the Wurtz reaction. In the Wurtz reaction, the alkyl halide is reacted with the sodium metal in dry ether to give the higher alkene. We can take an example. This is methyl bromide. When this methyl bromide is reacted with another mole of methyl bromide, here 2 moles of methyl bromide are taken. reacted with sodium metal in dry ether. Then these two methyl groups will combine with each other to form ethane. This is ethane C2H6. So this ethane contains 2 carbon atoms, means the number of carbon atoms in the alkane are double or twice of the number of carbon atoms in the alkyl halide. The alkyl halide contains a single carbon, while the alkane contains 2 carbon atoms plus twice NaBr. So Wurtz reaction is a very important reaction for the preparation of higher alkanes. That is, the alkanes with more number of carbon atoms or double the number of carbon atoms as the carbon atoms in alkyl halide. In this Wurtz reaction, if we take the different alkyl halides, suppose here methyl bromide and ethyl bromide. These are the different alkyl halides. When these different alkyl halides are reacted with sodium metal in dry ether, then 3 types of alkanes are formed. 3 possibilities are there. 3 possibilities. This methyl bromide may react with the ethyl bromide to form CH3C2H5. CH3C2H5. This is one alkane which may also be written as CH3, CH2CH3, propane. This is propane. Now another possibility. Here methyl bromide may react with another molecule of methyl bromide. Methyl bromide and methyl bromide. 2 molecules of methyl bromide may combine with each other to form ethane. And the third possibility is ethyl bromide will combine with another molecule of ethyl bromide. 2 molecules of ethyl bromide will combine with each other to form another alkane, that is the C2H5, which may also be written as CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So here 3 alkanes are generated. One is the propane, other is ethane, and this third is butane, N-butane. Mixture of 3 alkanes is formed here. Mixture of 3 alkanes. Wurtz reaction gives the mixture of alkanes when, if this reaction is carried out by taking the different types of alkyl halides. When only one type of alkyl halide is taken, there is a formation of single alkane. But when the mixture of alkyl halides are taken in the Wurtz reaction, then there is a formation of mixture of different alkanes. 3 types of alkanes are formed here. Here, methyl bromide and ethyl bromide, when taken in the Wurtz reaction, that is when they are reacted with sodium metal in presence of dry ether, then there is a formation of mixture of propane, ethane and N-butane. And this mixture, from this mixture, it is very difficult to separate these alkanes. The separation of alkanes is very difficult from the mixture because these alkanes have comparative boiling points. Their boiling points are closer, and because of their closer boiling points, the separation of the alkanes from their mixture becomes difficult. That's why it is recommended that, it is suggested that the Wurtz reaction should be used for the preparation of alkane with the even number of carbon atoms. If we have to prepare the alkane with the even number of carbon atoms, then we should take here the single alkyl halide. Single alkyl halide. Here single alkyl halide gives the alkane with the even number of carbon atom, and there is a formation of single alkane, no mixture of alkanes. But when the different alkyl halides are taken, then there is a formation of mixture of alkanes. That is alkane with the odd number of carbon atom as well as the alkane with the even number of carbon atom. And from this mixture, it becomes very difficult to separate them. That's why in the Wurtz reaction, particularly this reaction is useful for the preparation of alkanes with the even number of carbon atoms or the symmetrical alkanes. Symmetrical alkanes are to be prepared by using the Wurtz reaction. Then this Wurtz reaction was modified by fitting, and the reaction is known as Wurtz fitting reaction. Wurtz fitting reaction. So here the Wurtz reaction was modified by fitting, and the resulting reaction is known as the Wurtz fitting reaction. In this reaction, alkyl halide and the halorine such as bromobenzene, this is the halorine, are reacted with sodium metal in dry ether. The basic difference between the Wurtz reaction and Wurtz fitting reaction: in the Wurtz reaction, 2 moles of alkyl halide are required. Only alkyl halide is taken, but here in the Wurtz fitting reaction, here alkyl halide plus halorine. Alkyl halide and halorine are taken. The mixture of alkyl halide and halorine, when reacted with sodium in dry ether, then there is a formation of an hydrocarbon. A hydrocarbon is generated there, in which the alkyl group is attached to the benzene ring. Alkyl group is attached to the benzene ring. This methyl group get attached to the benzene ring, and these two bromine atoms get combined with sodium to form sodium bromide. So Wurtz fitting reaction is particularly important for the preparation of alkyl benzenes. Here methyl benzene, this methyl benzene, which has a special name toluene, is formed. The alkyl benzenes are prepared by the Wurtz fitting reaction. In place of this methyl bromide, if we take ethyl bromide, then there is a formation of ethyl benzene. So alkyl benzenes are generated by the Wurtz fitting reaction. So what is the basic difference here? Basic difference between the Wurtz reaction and Wurtz fitting reaction: in the Wurtz reaction, alkyl halide is reacted with sodium, only alkyl halide. But here in the Wurtz fitting reaction, mixture of alkyl halide and the halorine, both are reacted with sodium metal to give the alkyl benzenes. Such reactions are called the Wurtz fitting reactions. Later, fitting performed another reaction, which is known as the fitting reaction. Fitting reaction. What he did in that reaction, he has taken only halorines. Only halorines. This is bromobenzene, halorine. This is sodium metal. We can take the general formula also here. Halorine X. X may be either Cl or Br or I. This is another molecule of halorine. Halorine and halorine. This is also halorine. So only halorine is taken here and reacted with sodium in dry ether. Then these two aryl groups combine with each other. These two aryl groups combine with each other, and there is a formation of a hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon will be formed there, plus twice NaX. The name of this hydrocarbon will be biphenyl. Biphenyl. So these three reactions are differentiated with each other in this way. Wurtz reaction includes only alkyl halide. 2 moles of alkyl halide are reacted with sodium to give the higher alkane. Wurtz fitting reaction involve the reaction between alkyl halide and aryl halide, that is the halorine, along with sodium metal to give the alkyl benzenes, and the fitting reaction involve only the halorines. Halorines react with sodium in presence of dry ether to give the biphenyl. So these are three reactions which are closer to each other. They are closely related with each other. There is a similarity between them. They are the identical type of reactions, but there is a slight difference. Wurtz reaction involve the reaction between alkyl halide and sodium to give the higher alkane. Wurtz fitting reaction involve the reaction between the alkyl halide and the halorine with sodium to give the alkyl benzenes. and the fitting reaction involve the reaction between the halogens with the sodium metal to give the biphenyl. So these are the reactions of halogen derivatives with the active metals. Thank you.